After the Boston Tea Party in 1773, a series of 4 acts were put together in punishment for the colonists. Stay tuned to find out more.
Never want to mow your grass again? Introducing the Mowbit! After 2 short months of intense chewing, your grass will be as short as I am. For your Mowbit, call 1-800-999-BUNS.
Beginning in March of 1774, the acts known as the Coercive Acts were intended to punish the destructive colony after the Boston Tea Party. The first act was called the Boston Port Act, and it began in May of 1774. It closed the harbor until the value of the destroyed tea was reimbursed by the people of Boston. The second was the Massachusetts Government Act, and it annulled the Massachusetts Colonial Charter. This took effect on May 20th, 1774. The same month, the Act for the Impartial Administration of Justice provided that British officials accused of committing crimes would not be tried in Massachusetts, but in another colony. In June, the Quartering Act made homes available for the housing of British soldiers during times of peace. In addition to the 4 acts, the Quebec Act was created and passed. It was directed at British Canada. It was designed for the needs of French Canadians who lived under the British occupation since Quebec became British possession in 1763. The act set up a political system, made Roman Catholics the official religion of Quebec, and extended the territorial boundaries southward to the Ohio River. The Intolerable Acts created a sense of solidarity among the colonies, and the Quebec Act encouraged many believers to join the growing course of dissent out of fear and centralized religious authority. During the Quartering Act, Thomas Hutchison was replaced by Military Governor General Thomas Gage. Here we have Thomas Hutchison joining us. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for joining me.
No problem.
So, how do you feel about being replaced?
Well, because of all that's going on, it's obvious that our city is under an army of occupation. So it's not a great feeling knowing that.
I see. And what do you think about these acts?
Well, if colonial submission was the purpose behind the Coercive Acts, they were clearly a failure. In America, these measures are called the Intolerable Acts, by patriots who refuse to be coerced. And by the name, you can see now that how the colonists feel about them.
Oh, okay. Well, those are some great answers, and thank you for joining us here on Wolf 5 News.
Thank you for having me.
That's all we have for you on the Intolerable Acts on Wolf 5 News. Thanks for tuning in.
Coming up, information on the Declaration of American Rights and an exclusive interview with Patrick Henry. Ever feel so tired that you just can't do your homework? Here, try one of these candy corns. Oh my! Instant energy to do your homework. If you want to get your hands on these energy boosters, call 1-800-123-CORN. After the Intolerable Acts were given to the colonists restricting their rights, they proceeded to make a declaration stating that the colonies must be self-governing. After all, they said, it is a free country. They feel like they should be given more freedom. Tune in later to see Patrick Henry and a random citizen reporting live. We are here with Mary from Boston. Why do you feel you should be given more freedom?
Well, that's what our country was based on. Have you not read our Declaration of Independence?
That is a good point. Alrighty then, moving on to Patrick Henry. Now transitioning over to Patrick Henry. May I ask you a few questions?
Yes.
Are you still loyal to the king even after all this commotion's gone on?
I am, but we as a group have come to the conclusion that his actions have to be consistent with American rights.
I see. Well, would you go as far as raising up militias of defense?
We are a self-governing states. Even though we are separate colonies, we can unite as one. I am not a Virginian, but an American, and we will do whatever it takes.
That is a good idea. Thank you, Patrick, for joining us today.
You're welcome.
After 7 weeks of working on their declaration, the delegates agreed to reconvene the Congress in May of 1775. That's all we have. Thank you for watching Wolf 5. Tune in later. Bye!
Coming up next, I will be interviewing George Washington about the First Continental Congress. Stay tuned. Do you love snow? I know you do.
Everybody does.
Well, I've got the solution for you. Snow year-round.
Do you wanna build a snowman? It doesn't have to be a snowman.
Buy it now, while the price is $300.
It goes up at Christmas.
So
Funny how
buy
that
it
works.
now. Call 555-SNOW. The First Continental Congress met in Carpenter's Hall in Philadelphia from September 5th to October 26, 1774. Carpenter's Hall was also the seat of the Pennsylvania Congress. All of the colonies except Georgia sent delegates. These were elected by the people, by the colonial legislatures, or by the committees of the correspondence of the respective colonies. Welcome back. I'm here with George Washington. Can you explain what the Plan of Union of Great Britain did?
It really attracted most of the members as it proposed a popularly elected Grand Council which represented the authority and the king in America.
What happened to this plan?
Well, the arrival of the Suffolk County, which is Boston, resolved just prior to the vote on the Plan of Union, and this caused it to be discarded by a narrow margin.
Explain the Declaration of Resolves.
It was a statement of principles common to all of the colonies, and it established the course of the Congress. We all voted to meet again if these grievances were not attended by England.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The First Continental Congress was a time of discussion, and the Second Congress will be coming shortly. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Wolf 5 News.